In the vast continent of Africa, on its eastern shores, lies the country of Tanzania, a place where nature stakes her generous claim. Its epic wilderness areas are home to an astonishing cast of creatures based in the Serengeti ecosystem. Being bloodkin to a male lion doesn't mean you can interrupt its 21-hour rest period without a warning. The pride's maturing young males, the bachelors-to-be, are keeping a low profile. The adult males will not tolerate their presence much longer. Another parent, soon to be overrun by offspring. The 6 cubs are growing fast, and at about a month old now, they regularly come above ground to suckle. Jackal cubs are curious about everything in their big new world. And animals don't get much bigger than this passerby. The parts that make up a giraffe seem to hold a fascination for inquisitive cubs. But when it moves, even the adults dive for cover. Potential prey is moving into the jackal's territory. Herds of Thompson gazelles are arriving just in time for the females to give birth. Unlike the jackals, Tommy males play no family role in raising the young. Their priority is to round up females, even if they've just given birth. Confused by the male in its midst, and with its mother trying to escape all the attention, the newborn settles down to hide in the grass, the most practical form of defense while it's still unsure on its legs. The jackal father unearths the cache of a previous kill. He feeds, but it's not for his benefit. Jackals carry food back to their pups in their stomachs, out of reach of scavengers. They respond to their young's pleading by regurgitating the semi-digested meat. It's believed that this is the reason dogs enthusiastically lick their owners' mouths. Working as a family team, the parent jackals are better able to defend and provide for their young. The 5 cheetah youngsters are bounding with health. It'll soon be time for them to leave their mother. Cheetah cubs usually find themselves on their own between 16 and 18 months old. This often coincides with their mother having a new litter. The longer the cubs stay with their mother, the longer she will help provide food, and so the greater the adolescent's chances. The litter males are discovering their sexuality. However, they are unlikely to breed successfully until the age of 2. Just as attentive to her offspring is the baboon. These monkeys live in volatile social groups, and females keep tiny babies close. When food is scarce, the baboon troop feed on fallen sausage tree flowers. With their dexterous fingers, the monkeys can also pick up seeds and insects. Young mothers-to-be often practice with infants, as long as their mothers grant them permission. Baboons range over great distances, as do those that follow the great herds. In the Serengeti, there are many examples of the darker side of blood kinship. Two young bachelor males take time to cement their strong bond. Head rubbing relates to scent sharing, an aspect that unites the two. But what really unites them is that 2 is twice as intimidating as 1. They need each other. They also need their own pride. This lioness is part of a resident pride with 2 young cubs. The pride's lone male is not powerful enough to protect his extended family. A lioness with new cubs has most to fear and most to lose from a takeover. One bachelor breaks off towards the rocky outcrop known as a kopje. The lioness must hide her cubs. 2 against 1. The ruling king knows he's beaten. Without a pride, his future is bleak. The bulk of the resident pride also makes a getaway. On the kopje now, the second bachelor moves closer to the cubs. A killer in the kindergarten. With her maternal instinct fired up, the lioness does what she's compelled to do, defend her young at any cost. But for all her efforts, this fight is merely a diversion. Male lions have no adoption strategy, and to ensure the future of their own bloodline, they will kill without pity. The first bachelor leads the mother farther away. Her cubs are gone. There is no more she can do. These events have to occur for the invading males to guarantee their own future. A future bound with this new pride whose stability the intruders have fleetingly damaged. Far from the violence of lion takeovers, the idea of family usually confers bonds between individuals, bonds that are altruistic. In any other circumstance, an injured cheetah is a dead cheetah walking. But a coalition of brothers doesn't give up on its damaged sibling. The injured brother is encouraged to feed. This unselfish behavior won't be found in every family. In lion society, it's every cat for itself. Any returning sub-adult ex-pride member will not be welcome. Family bonds can extend past life itself. An orphaned hippo stays close to its mother, now a rotting magnet for crocodiles. They start their free meal slowly and where access is easier. Hippos display a curious behavior towards their dead, one very much unknown to science. This intimate attention suggests an intake of minerals. The bereaved calf will stay close to its dead mother until forced to leave by advancing crocs. And reptile numbers are swelling. But still the calf stands its ground, even after being investigated by a reptilian nose. Once the morbid part is in full swing, it's time to leave. The carcass will be completely devoured. On the Great Plains, other young ones are far from the midst of death. Play is an important and enjoyable aspect of family life, even for the adults. As part of play, a youngster's world opens up to them. A dung beetle is too much of a temptation. Play is important for young mammals. It strengthens limbs and hones coordination. Attributes vital to the success of a future hunter. With older cubs, playtime is now significantly more boisterous. Mock fights break out between siblings. And to show their newfound courage, older cheetah cubs take on an intruder. All cats are curious. This unusual situation has no precedent for the cheetahs. The fox is anxious to move on, if it can find a gap in the spotted wall. The young cheetahs soon learn that foxes can bite and are best left alone. United families are bonded more tightly at significant moments in their lives. A bachelor hippo has lost a lot more than his fight for access to females. His demise inspires rarely seen behavior. Why hippos, like elephants, respond to the death of their own kind is not known. Individuals from his pod arrive, very likely relatives, and start examining and licking the body. Others who seem interested are chased away. Perhaps this is a family-only ritual. Cows form close bonds with their young. Female groups of grandmothers, daughters, and other close relatives are known to stay together. There is much to learn about the social lives of hippopotamuses. Their reaction to their dead is still very much a mystery. Deep family bonds can mean the difference between violent ejection and acceptance in golden jackal society. The adults patrol their territory and scent mark the boundary. Outsiders are not tolerated. This jackal is not welcome. Her only hope of avoiding attack is to show complete submission, to become the literal underdog. She's begging for her life, probably risking everything by confronting the dominant couple. She's plainly desperate for acceptance. It appears her scent is familiar. Perhaps she's bloodkin, an offspring from a previous year. Her tactics work and she has earned her place. And then the reason why she braved all emerges. She's a new mother with 2 new cubs to look after. The dominant male and female are now grandparents. Given the extraordinary bond between golden jackals, she's in good company.